Welcome back to the 5 Star Car Guy channel. My name is Charles Lewis and I am your 5 Star Car Guy. I have been in the business for over 20 years. I've sat in all the different seats, salesperson, sales manager, finance manager. I know all the tricks of the trade and I'm here to save you some money. So today we're going to talk about everything that we've talked about this entire month. I'm going to give you a summary today of almost everything that I've taught you. Okay. And we could just do this as just like a quick reference guide for what we've learned this month. And I'm going to give you some steps. How many steps do you think I'm going to give you to learn this stuff? You're damn right. 1, 2, 3, 4, Lakers in 5. The very first step is this. Do your research. You don't do your research by going to every dealership in town. You do your research by sitting on your couch at home or sitting at your desk at work and looking up the vehicles that you're interested in. Okay? Now, part of that during the first thing you want to do with that research is go to the manufacturer's website. Say you want a 2025 GMC Terrain. You want to go to GMC's manufacturer's website and see what rebates or discounts or offers they have on that particular vehicle. They usually have incentives, especially if they're trying to move certain vehicles. They'll put different incentives on them. Sometimes it's purchase incentives, sometimes it's lease incentives. You need to figure out everything that they have available for that vehicle and whether or not you qualify for that. If it's a used vehicle, obviously you want to do your standard Carfax to see the mileage and the maintenance records. You also want to go to safecar.gov to ensure that you find out if that vehicle has any recalls and do some research on the vehicle to see if other people have had issues with certain components in that vehicle. And you want to look up, just Google that year, make, and model vehicle with similar miles and get about 4 or 5, compile about 4 or 5 of them. So you can have all of these different vehicles in these different dealerships with these different vehicles competing for your business. Number 2, once you've whittled your choices down to maybe about 3 or 4 cars, you need to go and test drive them. You have to do that. There's no way around it. The only way you don't go and test drive a vehicle if you just don't really care that much. You're going from one lease to another lease and they haven't made any substantial body changes, any substantial mechanical changes in that vehicle. You already know how it drives. You can skip that process. But any other time, you have to test drive the vehicle. 100% if it's used. You got to see exactly what's going on with that vehicle. Okay. And you need to go back to I'll put it in a link about test drive and how to test drive a vehicle. Like, you need to really test drive it. Okay. So, once you test drive the vehicle, you either get numbers or don't. If you get numbers, you get one set of numbers and you tell them, look, my significant other is not here with me. They are the other decision maker. So give me your lowest numbers on that vehicle because we will be shopping these numbers. Okay? So you can either do that, but if you don't have the type of personality that's going to allow you to get that one set of numbers and walk away despite the pressures they're going to try to put on you to buy that car right then don't get numbers. You can always negotiate from home, okay? But you need to test drive the vehicle, and I'm thinking, like, while you're there, you might as well get their best set of numbers. You get that best set of numbers, and then you leave. If you don't think you can leave, then when you're done with that test drive, you give them the keys and you just walk away. They're going to stalk you like a psycho. You ain't got to worry about not having an opportunity to negotiate. Now, just to back up a little bit, you want to start this process towards the middle of the month, between the middle of the month and the end of the month. No later than like maybe the 20th of the month, okay? Because you want to land this car, per se, either the day before or the last day of the month. Okay, so once you get the numbers or don't get the numbers, you want to contact the other dealers that have that specific vehicle or a similar vehicle and get numbers from them. Now you've got 2 or 3 dealerships that are fighting over your business. That's what you want. That's what you want. You want to be that hot chick on Instagram with her DMs full. You know what I mean? There's more than one dealer that has, it's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one dealer that has the type of vehicle that you want. They're all over the place. And don't be afraid about going like within like a 80 or 90 mile radius. Because what? Even if you got to go 90 miles, what? You spend $40 in gas to save $50 a month on your car payment? $40 to save thousands of dollars over the life of that loan. You wouldn't mind doing that. So just, expand your horizons. Okay. Number 4, make sure you get pre-approved at your credit union. Like I told you before, there's no reason for you to do any dealership financing unless it is incentivized by the manufacturer. Unless the manufacturer is coming out with like a 0% or a lease turn-in special or this or that. You never want, if you take dealer financing, it has to be directly through the manufacturer. Okay. Because the dealership buys a rate, puts their little uptick on it, and there's no reason, right? Unless the dealer is going to beat that rate by a percentage and a half or more, you need to stay with your credit union. So you get pre-approved at your credit union. They will approve you for a specific amount of money, okay? And you're going to shop within that range. Okay, whatever your pre-qualification is for. That's number 4. And like I said, if they're not beating your rate by like a 1.5%, 2%, you want to stay with the credit union because the credit union is where you're going to get additional money from. When it's time to buy a home or you want to buy a business, you have an established relationship with that credit union, and they're going to lend you money faster than anybody else. So, that's number 4. Number 5, you're done. You set up an appointment and hand that check in and take delivery of your vehicle. And we're going to set that up, like I said, the day before or the day or the end of the month. Because then at that point, even after you've agreed to terms, we go squeeze them for a little bit more. Anyway, if you want to work with me one-on-one, all you got to do is click on the link in the description. I mean, I have a lot of things available for you. There's a car buyer's cheat code that goes through each different scenario thoroughly. It's only $50. You're going to save thousands just by getting that cheat code course. You can work with me one-on-one. I charge $50 every 15 minutes. So you can, buy 15-minute increments of my time. You can call me while you're at the dealership to ask me questions while they're playing in your face. Or I could do the whole process for you. You could just have me for just a solid one-time fee. I will do all of that negotiating for you and find the vehicle and get it for you at the lowest price possible. So if you want to work with me, hit me up. I hope you enjoyed the video. God bless. Have a good weekend.